How will you do this? Wherever you are, whether in the restaurant or outside the restaurant. This is Teacher Manuel, ready to present social studies. This is a continuation on what we ended last time. I remember last time we were discussing on this main competence known as the use of maps in our environment. Yeah, we discussed on the meaning of map. We saw on the things to consider when drawing a map. And also, we looked on for something we called the cartographer and also cartography. We said that one is the actions or the entire preparation of a map, and also the one who prepares and draws a map. This one is just a revision on what we discussed last time. Today round, we're going to start our discussion on looking on the so-called the essentials of a map. Remember, I told you last time when I was just winding up my period, I said our next lesson, that is today's lesson, we will be discussing about the essentials of a map. Essentials of a map. Stay tuned and let us be together. In this way, let us see first of all, when we talk on essentials, when we talk on the essentials of a map, what do we mean? When we say the essentials of a map, essentials of a map means all things that are to be considered when drawing a map. All things, this includes all things which are to be considered. Which are to be considered, especially when drawing a map. When drawing a map. So far, when drawing a map, we can say a map has 5 main essentials. A map has 5 main essentials. Now we can say, so far, there are 5. There are 5 essentials of a map. 5 main essentials. These 5 main essentials are the ones that the one who is drawing a map has to take consideration when drawing a map. If you don't take consideration on that, we can say then your map will be incomplete. In order for your map to be complete, you should consider on the so-called 5 main essentials. Now these 5 main essentials, we're going to start our discussion looking at those 5 main essentials. And also, if time allows, we are going to sketch a map whereby among this map that we're going to sketch, we are going to present, we're going to see those 5 main essentials. Where are they kept? So in this way, let's see, what are these 5 main essentials? Now these 5 main essentials are like the following. Now these main essentials, these are just like the following. Now, before, when we say, draw the map of Tanzania for instance, draw the map of Fountain of Joy, draw the map of Agade, draw the map of Dar es Salaam, the first thing to ask yourself, you are to identify, you are to make your map to be identified, what kind of map that you are going to draw. Now in this way, you are, first, you want to think on this, what we call the title, the map title. Now the title, sometimes we call it the heading. Sometimes we call it the heading. Now this one, it shows, it tells what is the map. What is the map all about? Sometimes a map can be drawn in order just to show the physical features of a given place. Now if the map is all about the physical features, you have to show
the map of Tanzania showing physical features. Sometimes a map can be drawn just to show the regions of Tanzania. The map title can be the map of Tanzania showing regions. Sometimes can be a map of your school showing maybe the boundaries. You can say the map of a school showing boundaries. Now, for example, the title can be written, for instance, the map. You can write the map of Tanzania showing, let's say, showing physical features. This one can enable the one who is interpreting a map, the one who is reading a map, can know what is the map all about. So this one is very important. Before drawing a map, you have to make consideration that what is the map all about? What is the map that I'm going to draw? What is it all about? So this way, you have to start looking on the title of the map. After looking on the title of the map, I say the title, sometimes we call it the heading. It's the heading of the map. After identifying that this one is my title, then second, come to think about the frame. The frame is the second map essential. Now the frame, this one, sometimes we call it the boundary. The boundaries. Why boundaries? This one, it shows the area owned or presented in a given map. Or sometimes we can say it can show the starting point and the ending point of your map. For instance, you can say this is the map of Tanzania. It shows the areas only that are owned by the country Tanzania. We can say this is a frame. Our frame, you can frame, for example, you can frame, for instance, I want to draw the map of Tanzania. I can put my frame this way. It means that this is, inside this box is where I'm going to present the map of Tanzania. So this was the one that you can see, you see that here, I've just drawn. It shows that my map won't cross these lines. That's why I say sometimes we can call it as a boundary. Now, frame is very important. When you present this one, it's going to show you the areas that are owned by the given map. Also, another map essential, we call it a scale. A scale is very important. Why? First of all, we have to know what is a scale. When you talk on a scale is a ratio. A scale is a ratio which shows the relationship. It shows the relationship between map distance and ground distance. This one is the meaning of the scale. Now, after you have identified that my map has a title, then there is a frame. Now it is high time for you now to think, what is the scale of my map? For instance, you have to know what kind of, for instance, I just want to draw the map of Tanzania. Which kind of scale am I going to use? I just want to draw the map of a garden. What kind of a scale should I use? Now, a scale is very important because sometimes when sketching a map, it is impossible to present the real object in a map. You cannot present that this is a house. I just want to present the way it is in a flat sheet of paper. Now, in this way, we are we have to sketch a scale. A scale is going to decide which features should be used, which features should not be used. Now in this way, in order to make it just for you to understand, a scale can be categorized into three main sides, whereby we have this one, we call it small scale. Now small scale, the second one is this one, we call it medium scale, and the last one, we have this one, we call it large scale. These are the three sides of scale. Now, whatever kind of map that someone will draw, they do range into the three main types of scale. Now, let's look just a little bit all about the small scale. Small scale is used to draw the wide area. For instance, you just want to draw the map of Tanzania. You just want to draw the map of Africa. You just want to draw the map of the world. This one, we use small scale. So it's used to present large or the wide area of land, large area. This one, we use the so-called small scale. When it comes to medium scale, the way it is, it's just used to present a medium area of land. For instance, you just want to draw the map of, let's say the map of a district, the map of a region. This one, you can use the medium scale. But when it comes to large scale is used to present a small area, just a small area of land. For instance, we just want to draw the map of a garden, the map of a class. We use the so-called the large scale. This one is the third essential element of a map that is very important when you're drawing a map. After you have identified your scale, after you have identified the scale that you're going to use in drawing a map, is where you can come across now and identify the other essential element of a map. The other essential element of a map, in this one we call it the key. We call it the key. Now the key is very important because the map has different symbols, signs, because when you draw a map, I say you cannot present, you cannot sketch just a real object in a piece of in a flat piece of paper. Now in this way, we do use the symbols and signs. Now after you have sketched your map, you are to interpret, to show the meaning of symbols that you have used in your map. Now showing the meaning of symbols is where those symbols and their meaning, they will be shown in this one, in one of the essential elements of a map, so-called a key. Now key is used to interpret. It interprets the symbols. It interprets the symbols and also signs. And the signs that has been used on a map. This one is all about the key. Now, for example, you can meet with something like this in a map. It is written this way, whereby maybe it can be given by colors or whatever. Sometimes they can show you, this one is black color, it shows something. This one is red color, it shows something. This one maybe is some kind of, let's say, yellow color, it shows. This one is an example on the way you can write, or you can write your keys. For instance, this one, white color, yellow color shows, let's see this, they can say it indicates the fertile land in Tanzania. Provided that maybe the map that you are presenting is the kind of map that you have tried to show maybe the physical features used, the physical features in Tanzania. Now in the physical features, they can decide to show you some kind of places that are rich in fertile land, or some places that are rich in minerals. Now all those areas can be shown in the place so-called the keys. So the key is very important because it interprets the symbols, and also it tells the meaning of symbols and the signs that has been used in a map. I said we have 5 map essentials. A good map has 5 map essentials, and here we have discussed 4. The last one, the other map essentials is this one we can call it the compass. Either we call it the compass, or sometimes we call it the north direction. Now the north direction, this one is very important. The north direction, the main use of the north direction, it indicates the direction. It indicates the direction of different features. Or different things used in a map. Used on a map. This one we call it the compass or the north direction. In any map, for instance, how is it written? How are you going to identify that this one is a north direction or the compass direction? You can see this way. You can see in a map, on a map, somewhere here, you can see it is presented this way, whereby it has a needle that is pointing on the north side. This one, it indicates that this one is a north direction. It has a needle is always pointing on the north side, or the northern side. Now these are the 5 map essentials that whenever you are drawing a map, it is very important to take consideration of them. If your map lacks all these 5 essentials, it's what I said when I was starting my period. I said your map is going to be incomplete. Now try to identify the following. Identify the essentials of a map in the following. Let's say this is your map. Identify. Let's say it is this way. 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 Let's say it has something like this. Then, simple and clear, I say identify any 3 map essentials used in this map. If you check it correctly, all things that I said, you can agree with me that some of them have been used in this map. Now try to study just as a simple map as it is, then try to identify how many map essentials are in this map. How many map essentials are in this map? Now, after saying so, I said last time that our today's lesson will only center on the map essentials. Now let's end up here. This is just, I said this is the second session. The last session we had before, this is the second session. On the third session, we'll keep looking at the same main competence, that is the use of map in the environment. Then I will present something that I will prepare, but it's all about the use of map in our environment. Thank you for paying much attention on me. Yes, just to make you know, it's just we miss you very much. We wish that you come back to school very soon. Thank you very much. May God bless you all.